Who's this guy?
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
I mean, you've been back on the show before.
Yeah, but not in the sword.
But not in the virtual flesh? Not in the flesh. All right. That was a pre-show joke.
Yeah. Look, I'm so back. I'm not even back. Chris has to get my name on the board.
That's right.
That's probably a new graphic that hasn't been on there, which is okay. Perfectly understandable.
I think the last time you were in person, we had an old introduction.
We did.
Yeah, we've done a lot since.
It's spiffy.
It is spiffy.
It's spiffied it up.
You know what gets me is it's shorter than the last one, which we requested. But now it gets me every time. It's like I feel like there's more. Like my musical memory or the memory of the old song is still there. So I feel like we come on and it's like
your feet are doing the tippy tap.
Right. Yeah.
And the tippy tap stops. Like, I'm on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's less of me on screen.
There is
since last time.
It's impressive.
Last couple shows, you might not have realized it from my virtual office from afar, being here. But yeah, and I make no secrets about it. I've been doing the weight loss shots.
Yeah.
But I completely own the fact that you as getting those shots have to take care of your health and heed the advice and be active. I've equated it to a lot of friends and family as, I've got a really great quarterback, throwing the ball. I got to catch it.
Yep.
And I got to run and score the touchdown. So those shots will end, and then I have to continue on, and that's just it. But that's what I've been doing, and I feel better. And we'll circle back to that with my sleep better tip later. Longevity of life matters, and that's what we do here.
I've missed the football analogies.
Oh, yeah. It's like, and our son has football practice this week. We're going to a football challenge thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
It's football season already.
Yeah.
And it's not football season.
Gosh, can you believe it's summer?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. And I mean, back to football. Cowboys still suck.
We missed that. And, this is the first in-person show. So fly, Eagles, fly, right? I mean, Super Bowl champs.
Go. Yes,
that's right. We had a chance to talk about that. Normally we do.
Yeah, our family was in the mix of it. Super Bowl. All we wanted for Super Bowl weekend was not be in a hospital when we got it, but then we went right back on that Monday morning.
Yeah. Yep.
But we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Should have asked for, can we have Super Bowl Monday? Oh, well.
Yep.
We were grateful.
Yep. Well, hey, welcome, watchers and listeners, watchers, right?
I was going to say that.
Yeah. To Lancaster Connects. Lancaster Connects is a show where we have interviews and conversations with amazing people doing wonderful things in Lancaster County. Today's guest we'll bring on in just a little bit, Lynda Charles and Teresa Richardson of Help the Fight, a wonderful organization doing amazing things for those going through breast cancer diagnosis. Lynda is somebody we've had on the show before.
Yep.
And looking forward to having her be a two-timer here on Lancaster Connects.
We really need to come up with graphics for that.
We should. Let's put that on our producer. What do you say?
Yeah.
Our fantastic producer, our Cast Ahead Productions.
Delegate that right there.
That's right. He we talked about a song in the pre-show, and within 30 seconds he had it. So he can whip up graphics, right?
Yeah.
And
just like that.
Just like that.
His virtual graphics just happened.
Yeah. Chris Stone, Cast Ahead Productions. If you are in need of podcast production, he is the man.
He is. Yeah. And I mean, listen, if you're a business like us here in Lancaster, I would really challenge you to think about a show that can impact your world, the people you serve. That's really what we're doing here. And I was away at an amazing event this weekend and brought home some great ideas to Ben. And this show is we're going to, as they say in, I'm forgetting the movie now, but we're going to turn it to 11.
Oh, Spinal Tap. There's a Spinal Tap 2 coming out at some point. I think it's in the works.
We're going to turn it to 22.
These only go to 20.
Yeah, we're going to turn it to 11 with the show. So
I love it.
Because it's important, right? Because the show spotlights the best of what the amazing community has to offer, and we're the catalyst for that, and we're happy to do it. But we're going to make it even better.
Yep.
So yeah,
amazing stuff. So maybe you're watching on Facebook. If you are, tune in. Give us a like. Hit the heart button. Is that the heart emoji? Right. Smash the love button.
Yep.
There it is. Give us a comment during the show. Maybe you have a question for our guest, a comment for us.
Share it.
Welcome back, Jeff, in person. please comment during the show. Go to YouTube, The Gardener's Mattress and More, and Lancaster Connects YouTube channel. Subscribe on there. We would love that. The more people that watch this show, the more impact we can have in the Lancaster community, as well as our guests with the Lancaster community as well.
Yep.
Speaking of guests, is it time to bring Lynda and Teresa on?
The clock is about that time.
Yeah. Hey, Lynda. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, ladies.
Hi, guys.
How are you both?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I'm a three-timer.
Oh, are you a three-timer?
I'm not an old-timer. I'm a three-timer.
Darn good I'm back. Things are really about to break.
You know what? I think Lynda was on one of those handful of first episodes where we had multiple guests on.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yes.
We try to forget those moments a little bit.
We don't forget the guests. We forget some of those early shows which, had some complications.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. Three-timer.
Yeah,
that's definitely a special graphic.
Looks like I got back just in the nick of time.
That's right. That's right. So just a quick intro statement. Today's guests are Lynda Charles and Executive Director Teresa Richardson of Help the Fight, a Lancaster-based nonprofit supporting individuals and families affected by breast cancer diagnosis. Since 2009, the organization has provided crucial gap funding for expenses like utility bills, childcare, and screenings, offering help when it is needed most. Of course, we're thrilled to have them both here to share more about the mission and the impact in the Lancaster community. So again, thanks for being on. Let's have a great conversation.
And Jeff's back, so I'm going to do what Jeff does all the time. Ben types all this nice stuff out. Our guest asks, I'm going to break it right away. Because I can speak the gap funding need with what our family went through the last 6 months. The most frustrating thing is when we transferred hospitals and they said, well, the insurance company's probably not going to cover the ambulance ride. And it's like, the ambulance ride. My wife is near death.
Right.
Like, are you serious with this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who pressed what code button. We haven't seen the bill yet. I don't know that we will, but yeah. So let's make sure we really touch on what gap funding does, because that's where people who donate, that's where those dollars go, or some of those dollars go. So let's make sure we touch on that. But Teresa, let's talk about you and your transition into nonprofit leadership and your previous experiences and why you're here with us.
So again, thank you for having us and being able to share what we do and the impact that the community has on what we do in our mission. I've always had a strong desire to serve the community in some way. And my background has been in the restaurant industry all my life, where I focused heavily on leadership and marketing and building culture within the restaurant that I was working at. And a big part of that is our community, right? And giving back was just such a passion of mine. And so it made this transition actually really easy, because that's exactly what we do here in a different way. But the community is that is such a huge piece of what we do. And relying on those relationships and giving back has just always been the core of who I am. And it's just really neat to be a part of this and be able to live this out in an intentional way to be able to help so many people. So, and one of the biggest focuses for us is that awareness piece, and getting out in the community and doing that is huge. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on through the show the ways that you engage with the community and how the community can help the fight. Excited to learn more since the last time we had Lynda on, what you're doing now and how it impacts. Lynda, for those who may not have watched your first and second appearances on Lancaster Connects, maybe you can talk a little bit about how Help the Fight started, why you started it, and maybe touch on that gap funding piece and what that means, what it covers, and why it's important for these folks going through the breast cancer diagnosis.
Okay. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for having us back. We started not with the intent of beginning a 501c3 nonprofit. However, we started with a small bake sale. We had a coworker and also my sister-in-law both diagnosed within weeks of each other, and we wanted to raise some monies for them. And we whipped together a bake sale. Hence why there's a bake sale or part of baked goods involved in much of what we do at every event. And we raised over $9,000. So we took the funds and we divided it into three and distributed between the two individuals, and then donated the third portion to Lancaster General Health Foundation, which went to the breast center. And they really beat on us. And within 2 years, we became a 501c3, and we've been connected with them a lot since, especially with the center being here. But gap funding has changed over the years. We've seen this in a great variety of need because cancer doesn't discriminate, and it is a family diagnosis. Jeff, I know you can understand that now. Everything affects the whole family, correct? So we want to help with whatever it is the patient wants help with. And recently we actually had someone request something for their son, and it had to do with, it wasn't a sport, it was something else, but it was something that the son loves. He was very involved in, and it was now something that the family couldn't afford to have him in. That's what the mom wanted. She said, it's important for me, for my family to be as normal as possible as we navigate this disease. But so we helped that, and we didn't blink an eye at that. We want to help. It is a family diagnosis, but we still have great needs for utilities, mortgage, daycare, insurance, medical bills, pharmaceutical needs. Whatever, we filled oil tanks. We've done, you name it, we've done it. We will help. We are here. It's what we do. It's always been our mission. My husband and I used to volunteer for numerous years at many different breast cancer organizations because I lost my mom back in '89. She had just turned 49. And we always said, why can't we bring this to Lancaster, but do it where we know that the money's going to the people? We never intended to do it, but we did. And that's what we've done. And because of that, because we are people helping people, I believe that's where or why we receive so much support and respect.
Yeah, love it.
Those going through a breast cancer diagnosis, how do they find you? How do they find Help the Fight?
Help the Fight is, first of all, if it's through one of the local cancer centers, their nurse navigators are very well educated as far as what we do. And they can say it. The oncologist can also say it. They can find us through our website, through Facebook, all avenues of social media, and or word of mouth. We know many people in a lot of the local churches, and we've received a fair amount of patients through there. Oh, I know this great organization, so on and so forth. So, oh my gosh, look at that photo. That's funny.
That's great.
I love it.
That's what Chris is so good at. Chris will find the good photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if I can add a little bit of color to what you shared about that expense for the one child.
Yeah.
That just touched my heart when you shared that because, along this last 6.5 months, my youngest boy found a new church, went on his own, and I kind of felt like, boy, the leadership team there must feel like this kid doesn't have any support, which is not the case at all. But we just, my wife's health and being at the hospital and advocating for her it had to be number one. Because literally her doctors right now are looking at her case as one of 3 in the world.
Wow.
When you boil down the Venn diagram of diagnoses, that's where we're at. And so this church offered to pay for a camp trip that he just went on a month ago as a scholarship. And I'm like, we do well here at Gartners because of the business we are and how we serve. And I would say people find Help the Fight with the 50,000 watts of star power that Lancaster Connects has behind it. That's another way. And we're going to dial that up even more. But, I said, no, I don't want that scholarship for Aiden because I know these funds are finite. I'd rather that go to another kid. And so that's what we did. And I don't bring that up for any other reason, but then to really share, it was important for Aiden to go in that time and keep that normalcy, as you said. And, no, it's not directly related to cancer. It's not directly related to a woman with breast cancer, but it is a holistic need. And I love that you did that. So thank you.
Well, thank you. No, it's our mission. We want to help. We also help not just after the diagnosis. We also help with the screening processes because early detection is key to survival and success. So we help several with mammograms, ultrasounds, could be genetic testing, although insurance companies have come a long way and they're really assisting in those parameters currently. But the gap funding is whatever that patient wants help with. That is what we will help with.
Tremendous. Just tremendous. Looks like one of your volunteers is tuning in, Katie Callanan. Help the Fight's awesome organization, and they love it. Do you know Kelly?
Out of state.
I'm sorry, Katie.
I know Katie. She's actually out of state and just helped us sell a bunch of summer cash giveaway tickets for our June month. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah. I call her Kathy.
So, Teresa, since 2009, Help the Fight has raised over $2 million in funding, in gap funding, and supported really countless individuals. What strategies have been key to this level of impact, and how do you plan to build on that going forward?
Gosh, we have such a great foundation set already as far as what we do. Our events are like no other. We really want to stay rooted in those events that we hold, and grow upon those events and throw in some new events. We've tried some things over the past few months, and some things were great, some things didn't work, but you don't know unless you try. But our bingo is probably one of our just most favorite events that we hold. We do one in January. We did just have one in May as well. And my gosh, the tickets in January sold out in an hour and a half. It is just, people love it. So, and it's just a great way to bring our supporters together and just have a good day together and be able to be surrounded by them. So that is very special to us too, and to get everyone together in one space. The neat thing about May was our bingo in May. We had a lot of new faces, which was really, really special for us to see. I would say probably maybe half of those who attended were brand new to that event and to Help the Fight in general. So that truly is one of the big focuses for us. Like I said earlier, awareness and just making sure that we are spreading the word and people know about what we're doing. So bringing them into that. Our main event, which is in October, so save the date, October 4th, huge event for us. And again, we bring about 450 people together, our community, our supporters, sponsorships, donors, and we just have a good time. I would say coming into this, we're a good time. We have fun in it with purpose. But I think that draws a lot of people to want to be a part of this and how important that is. I would say our business focus, working with businesses. I know Lynda had spoke just about that early detection and screenings. And we have really been brainstorming on some different ways that we can really bring that resource to the people. While we are here to help fund those battling breast cancer, early detection is really, really key and so important. And we have partnered with Mobile Mammogram, which is really exciting. We have them already scheduled for 3 events, one on June 21st in the Denver area. So that is another event that we're doing. But the Mobile Mammogram is something that we really want to focus on bringing to the local businesses. And with that, we can partner with the businesses who have great culture within their organization, with their team, with their people, and be able to share that wellness piece. I think wellness is such a huge piece to businesses nowadays. So we want to bring that to these businesses where, you know what, it's hard sometimes to schedule a mammogram. And we all say we don't have the time, but it's crucial in making time for yourself for that. So bring the mobile mammogram. Let your team, if you are a business in the Lancaster area, like let your team come out and get that mammogram. And there's men, that's great. You have a wife, you have a sister, you have an aunt, invite them to come out. And it just, that culture piece of that is so important and how they care so much about their team. So, yeah. So, I'm seeing a little
Yeah.
sign down, a little note.
Funny.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So John Harrisman, who I call Mr. Lancaster, because he's
Okay.
like all over Lancaster.
The man
all
about
the time.
town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
about town.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this warms my heart because I came back from this business event this weekend with a really reinvigorated focus on the show. So Chris Stone, wonderful producer from Cast Ahead, get ready. But no, John wants more information on October 4th. This is why we're doing the show, right? To truly connect the community to resources, to charities, to things they can support, things they can feel passionate about that make Lancaster and Lancaster County great. So please, do you know John, Teresa?
I don't, but I
Lynda?
will be contacting
I
him
do
as
believe
soon as
I
we are
met
done.
John years ago. He looks
Okay.
very
Okay.
familiar to me.
They might have been on a show together because I think
Maybe.
John
Might have been it.
John could have been.
Yeah.
Well, Teresa, you can just look in the comments of this show after we're done and you'll see John's email and make sure you send him sponsorship info.
Yeah.
But full circle moment, it's funny. In the last 7 months as well, my father passed. Actually, I had to say goodbye to my dad huddled under a TV in the hospital room. But he worked for Elite Service where you're having the mobile mammogram.
No way.
Yeah. Not recently,
Okay.
but
Okay.
years ago when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I just saw that and I'm like, oh, there's my dad over my shoulder. He's with me still.
Aw.
That's good.
So just kind of
Yeah.
neat how, and I share that because it's how interconnected our community really is.
Exactly.
And I think people miss that
Yeah.
sometimes. And that's another reason why we do this show. We do get busy to the point where we need to bring the mammogram to you. And, we do get busy and we can miss connections. So every week at 2:00, we're here making connections.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so important.
I want to learn a little bit more about these events. So first, how do people find your events? I'm sure you have an events page on your website where all your events are listed. So maybe Chris can put that up there on the screen there. So the bingo events, how do they work? Do people pay a fee and they get a bingo card?
And it's not just bingo.
More than just that. They get.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Well,
there's nothing like
because I know, like old person bingo, right? Yeah. Educate me on what your bingo events are and
Right.
why the community should attend.
Yeah. So, okay. So for bingo, we promote that through our website, which our events are on there. We actually just redid our website, which is beautiful. We love it. And it just embraces our growth and where we are today. And, but you can go onto events and you can go in and kind of see what we're doing. We highlighted what we're doing. Do you see yourself on there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and again, this is also like partnerships. And when we partner with people like doing this, it's important to share that and just the goodness that you guys are doing, what you're bringing to this community. And that's very important to us when we partner with somebody or we're doing an event somewhere. We want to highlight that and showcase them as well. Because they're now a piece of our family and they're also a piece of our mission and they are supporting these people that we are helping. But you can go onto our website. We have a newsletter. So on our website, you can sign up for that as well. And social media is huge. You guys know that, I'm sure, but Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, we're on all of those platforms too. So we heavily rely on sharing what we're doing there. But bingo, we have a link. You click on the link on the day that it is available to purchase your ticket. You purchase your ticket. What you get with bingo is something. Yeah, this is bingo from May. This is our May bingo. I mean, do you see? It's like packed. Packed. We packed the house. We have a barbecue catered lunch. Most bingos, you're not getting lunch. So lunch, beverages, we fill those up for you throughout the time that you're playing and while you're there. We have games of chance. We have all of our great volunteers that you're seeing right now. They're amazing. Our baked good, always kind of incorporate that, like Lynda said, in most of the things that we're doing. We do that by donation. But yeah, we have, 20 games that you get. We have some games of chance. We have raffle items that businesses and our supporters donate, and we put those together, and people get to walk away with some prizes. And so that's kind of how bingo works. It's great. It is so good. And it's so well done. Our volunteers have been with us since the beginning, most of them. And I was blown away in January, my first event, and they just come in, set up and done, and tear down. And it's like seamless. It was such a neat experience to be a part of that. So yeah, we highly recommend.
Having a great time.
Oh, wow, having a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like a great time. And we're saying bingo. And maybe you're dancing around what some of the prizes are because of what it is. But I'll handle it because I'm not afraid to.
You know, Jeff.
So, handgun and handbag bingo. So I think everybody listening understands handbags, like designer purses, which the women love, but handguns, right? So you're doing bingo, you win the bingo game, you'll win that prize. I've been to these kinds of events. There's no loopholes. It's all safe. And I guarantee you, everybody there, because I'm a responsible gun owner to the point where everything's actually double locked in my home. And that's our choice. And there's a lot of people more like that than not. And I'll tell you what, it's people like me come out and create money and opportunity for the benefactors. Well, not the benefactors, the recipients. We're the benefactors in that equation. The recipients of the charity of Help the Fight. And so if you're hearing it, you're like, bingo, well, what do I win? Well, you can win some pretty cool Second Amendment type stuff. And handbags, designer purses too. So if you're a wife that wants to come and you don't win a handbag, maybe you win something else cool for your spouse or for yourself, and vice versa. But lots of fun, these events. There's a lot of camaraderie beside the person beside you. You make new friends. It's just a ton of fun, these bingo events. So it's not just bingo like your grandma plays. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Did I do a good job?
Great job.
Great. Yes. Well done. Well done. And I also want to highlight a little bit on our events, how we put on certain events, but we have such an amazing group of people who have been impacted, have known somebody, or just want to give back and pay it forward in a way. And they hold events, and the proceeds go to Help the Fight. I think one of the main attractions is obviously helping, but also that we keep it local here in Lancaster County and the surrounding areas, and how important that is. But man, we have some amazing people who hold their own bingo, or you're seeing one here. I don't know if I can share this, but we had a bingo, and I think they donated almost $11,000 from their bingo. And I mean, that was one day that somebody poured so much time and energy into, and their heart, and that truly is what. This was just an event from this past
Saturday. It was a big morning, and we had help. Tracy Franz wrote this book. She was the author. She was book signing. I got my book signed. Her daughter, Tiffany, fought like crazy for 10 years. Help the Fight was there for her and her family a few times. The community support that this family still to this day receives is amazing, the love and support. So that's on my best book list right now. I'm still reading it. Mm-hmm. It was a great event. Wonderful, wonderful event.
That's great. That's so cool.
I know, were you going to?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I know Help the Fight has a partnership with Community Aid, where they take in, household items and clothing. What does that partnership look like, and how does it work?
This partnership is newer to us, and one, community aid is amazing. I had no idea. I think you go in, you shop with items that people donate, and you get a really good deal on some really great things. But I had a back tour pass. The team got to go in and we got to experience all that they do back behind those doors of the store and what they do for the community. You can partner with them as a nonprofit such as us, and there that you can donate items to community aid and give a partner number that we have. It's on our website on every page at the bottom. We actually got to go and speak with the team at the Lancaster location and share who we are and what we do so they know that, I just said to them, you are a part of our family now. And what you're doing is impacting the lives because we do receive 13 cents per every pound of items being donated under our partner number, which again, you can find that on our website at the bottom of every page. All the information is there, what you can donate, and just the impact that has. They also are so generous, and we receive community aid gift cards each quarter. And we share that with patients. We don't even tell them. We just send them and they can go shopping. And that's a little bit of help for them as well. But they have just a great program and we're just so honored to be a part of that and just love our new partnership with them. So, yeah.
Hearing you say that, right, what community aid's doing, the word hub just came to mind. There's so many hubs like community aid that connect and make a connection of a connection. And you're almost faced with a hard choice. Like I have to admit something right here, right now. With my wife's staff and her health, her wardrobe has completely changed. So has mine, but hers is completely upended. And we got rid of a bunch of stuff, and so we used off the streets number. So I'm sorry, but we're still doing good, right? That's the thing,
Wonderful.
and that's what I mean here. Like you almost feel bad doing good because it's like, well, whose number do I give?
Yeah,
but don't lose sight of the fact. Keep giving, Lancaster, right?
Right.
Your heart's going to connect to one thing and then your neighbor's heart's going to connect to another thing. But like, that's what's really interesting about what I see around our county is you've got places like Power Packs getting food to kids, but then you got Blessings of Hope doing the same thing. And that's not a bad thing. Everybody gets to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, if your hardest thing about what you want to donate is whose number you write down, if that's the part that stresses you out, that's a pretty darn good position to be in. Right.
Yeah.
You're having a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the end, we're all here to serve a purpose and help serve others. And I think that's important to remember too. We love, partnering with other nonprofits too, and using that resource to be able to help those that we're helping and help them even more in different ways that they need that. So they're not just coming to us and we're not just giving them what we're able to give them. We're providing other resources to them to help even more in whatever way that looks like for their family.
Oh,
yeah.
I know you mentioned the volunteers. You have volunteers that are there every event that you do, and they work so efficiently. Can you talk a little bit about the volunteers and how to volunteer, what volunteer needs you may have, and just how really they're kind of the lifeblood, I think, of what you do?
I mean, I'll also highlight our team. I want to make sure I don't not mention our team. Susie is our patient coordinator who works solely with those in need. She has those conversations, which is really, really important. And she does an amazing job with that. It's not an easy thing to ask for help. So having someone that you can have that conversation with is great.
There we go.
Bonnie, our treasurer, she's in charge of, writing those checks for that utility bill and all of like that all is just like all has to come together. It is like you talked about full circle. I mean, it starts here and it goes around and how many hands are in this process and how important that is, including the community. Without them, we wouldn't have the funds that we can support those in need. And then we have Sydney, who is in charge of our social media and marketing. And just without them, we wouldn't be able to do this too. So, and our board members, amazing, amazing team. But highlight on our volunteers, we do a quarterly open house for our volunteers. And that allows anyone thinking about this. Some people are hesitant. They think they have like to make this big commitment. And that's not at all what we need. We just want anyone, when you're able to help, to be able to do that. We will find a place for you, whatever that looks like. Our main event is a huge need for volunteers early on through the event. Our events, we always need help. At events, we end up getting volunteers. They love it so much, they want to be a part of it. So we do have those open houses. That information is we list that on Facebook and in our website as well. So that all will be coming soon. But yeah, we have different roles. Like I said, event, helping with raffle tickets, selling baked goods, or being at an event and manning a table that we can share our awareness. That's a huge piece. I mean, there are ambassadors too. They're sharing what we do and our mission while they're out in the community, and that connection that they can make for us is really, really important. And finding, hearing stories of people that need help and they can say, oh my gosh, like I volunteer at Help the Fight. Make sure you reach out to them and they can help you. So that truly is like the heart of our volunteers. And Lynda, I don't know if you have anything else that you would like to add.
No, we're grateful for anyone who wants to volunteer, whether it's just for a few hours or, even just a few hours setting up for our main event. Our main event in October, we're pretty chaotic here for a few weeks, but it's fun. And we have what we call loading the trailer night, where all the live auctions, silent auction, and raffle items, and there are many, all get loaded into our trailer for transport. And then we set up Friday night, and usually, hopefully, we hope and pray we always have enough volunteers. Our setup is done at Spooky Nook within a few short hours. And then there's some volunteering through the event and then cleanup at the end, which we keep working throughout the night. So if somebody says, you know what, I want to stuff envelopes for a few hours. Great. We'll use your skills and services. Just reach out to us. I mean, it's just paramount. Without the community support, whether it's volunteer, all the way to sponsorship, we can't do it without others.
I know those two guys really wanted to win the Michael Kors bags, didn't they?
They did, actually.
Been from the January event, and that January bingo is solely for the Second Amendment rights issue. And that's why it sold out so quickly. And Jeff, we just might have to, give you a free ticket to attend in January.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I would happily come. Yes, I would happily be there. And just to close the loop there, I said something earlier about, a handgun raffle, a gun raffle. Yeah. These are things that have gone around for a long time. And I said it's safe. I didn't close the loop on that. Just for anybody listening, for your own knowledge, there are no loopholes. Nothing nefarious is happening. Winners of and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're winners of anything that they may win throughout the progression of prizes. They still have to go to a firearms retailer. Exactly. They have to complete the background check, which is robust. I've done it enough times. There's no loopholes. That's what I meant by safe. And then obviously personal responsibility goes a long way. But again, I've rubbed elbows with a lot of people at a lot of these events, and the camaraderie and the commitment to safety and the commitment to proper stewardship of firearms is very high at these events. So I'm not afraid to have a conversation about it. If you as a listener want more education on the topic, please reach out. That would come to me. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
That would come.
I'm not educated at all.
You would forward that email to me.
I know more about handbags than guns.
Yeah. Well, then he can handle those emails. But back to the volunteerism. So I wanted to close the loop there. But back to the volunteerism. really what you're talking about is time, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Like,
The
when we
most
talk about
valuable gift.
volunteer groups, we talk about volunteer groups, it's time, it's talent, it's treasure. Treasure is donations. If
yes.
you can donate, and I would hope if you find connection to help the fight, you would, and if you can. Talent is, hey, I'm a graphic designer, or I'm a website builder. Well, they just had their website redone, but maybe you can help with graphic design. And now Help the Fight has a great team, so they've got somebody they can point to, which I would imagine is your social media person content, right? So maybe that talent you can donate, but time, man, all these organizations, and Help the Fight is not excluded here, needs time. And even if it's a couple hours. And now with your partnership with Community Aid, you might be a busy mom, but you lost your mom to breast cancer and you want to be connected. But maybe you like doing yard sales, and that's the way you get your kids out and you walk around the neighborhood. Well, maybe you could just print off on your paper something that says, hey, did you know Help the Fight will happily take your donations of things you don't sell at your yard sale, get them over to Community Aid, take this flyer. I put their number at the bottom.
Great idea.
And you're going to help the fight. And now you as a volunteer, as a busy mom that doesn't really have more time to carve out, look at the good you just did. I am going to continue, and Ben along with me, we are going to continue to challenge Lancaster to get more connected through this show, through the things we put out. And that's one of them that I came up with as we were sitting here talking. Like, anybody I think that's got a Community Aid number should be encouraging their audience to find ways to distribute that number and get that 13 cents a pound, get that money. Cha-ching.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So,
Love it.
Lynda and Teresa, as we look to kind of close the loop on our time here, or you used that earlier, wrap up our
Use
time.
your own words.
Wrap up our time talking about Help the Fight. What are the goals for the future? We've got another half a year in 2025, and of course beyond. What are some of the goals that you have for Help the Fight going forward?
I just have a brief comment, and I'm going to let Teresa close.
Yeah.
Help the Fight has really grown. Teresa is our very first full-time employee. That was a huge decision for us as a board, and me as president, my husband and I as founders. But it's necessary because the need in our community is great, and we need someone like Teresa on our team to be out there and making everyone aware. So we have quite numerous goals that we hope to achieve. And we're going to keep working and work as hard as it takes to help everyone that needs us.
Yeah, that's amazing. Go ahead, Teresa.
Yeah, I would say, growth, like Lynda said, I'm going to piggyback on that, growth with purpose. And just that intentional piece of what can we do to bring more awareness, to provide more resources, and to raise more funds. And we have a main focus on building those relationships with local businesses and how can we work together. And I love that you guys do this and bring all of these businesses together and make people aware of the need of so many organizations out there and what they do in the community, but how the support of the local businesses and the impact that they can have, and just working together on that, just the importance of that is huge for us.
Yeah. And Lynda, I'm going to add something. If I'm wrong, you tell me. But I kind of picked up, Teresa, welcome to Help the Fight. And, that first paid position for any charity is such a huge step. And I think at times, because I've done charitable work in my personal life, and it's a consternating decision because you are taking dollars away from the goal. But it's about a return. It's a return on those dollars, and it's a return on time decision, really, because time's finite. Every charity, every person's got the same amount of time. But when a charity like Help the Fight makes that investment in a person, the stewardship of dollars, the stewardship of time to affect the mission likely gets 10, if not 100x.
That's exactly.
And we save and help more people.
Yes, Jeff, you're spot on. That's exactly the goal of the organization.
Yeah. And so I just share that through my lens because as our watchers might consider, hey, I do want to get more active and I do have treasure to donate. and I want to discern which is a great one to donate to, well, you might look, do they have a board? Do they have a team? Do they have a director? And while some of those dollars are going to go to a director, you can check that out because you're a 501c3, you're legitimate. You'll be able to discern where the dollars go and where they don't go. But you'll know those dollars go further faster because they got a team and they got people focused on the goal.
Right.
And that's not to take away anything from somebody with a dream to start something special, just like you did.
It takes.
Okay. We all got to start somewhere, even a charity. But what a great step. And I'm so proud and happy for Help the Fight and Teresa that you get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
We're honored to have her, I can tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome time with
yeah.
you ladies.
This
Awesome
is
time. Well, we got a few more things for the show. We have one more thing for you both, and that's Connection Cocktail.
Yeah. Learn a little bit more about our guests.
That's right. That's right.
You want to kick it off?
Want me to kick it off?
Yeah.
All right. So this is for both of you. So you each can give an answer. Do you have a favorite book, podcast, TV show, something that you're just loving right now?
Go ahead, Teresa.
We could say the same TV show, I guarantee you, that we both just finished. Ransom Canyon. So good. And Landman.
What is it?
Ransom Canyon. I've never.
You have to watch it. It's so good.
Is it like Cowboys?
It's not like I'm a total Yellowstone lover, but Yellowstone is no more, and it's the West, right? Cowboys, but it's totally different.
Yeah.
Everything's very
Ransom Canyon.
Ransom Canyon.
I'm on that one. What?
Landman, Billy Bob Thornton.
Landman's
Love
fantastic.
That. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll end it at that. I can.
Is that on Netflix as well?
That's Paramount.
Paramount?
Yeah. We didn't even have it. My son had it and we were watching it and he apparently stopped the subscription and we were using his and we're like, what happened? He's like, we canceled it. He goes, I only got it to watch Landman. I said, well, we were watching that.
Where's Landman?
By the way, little pro tip, these streaming subscriptions anymore, it's like, I cut the cord, I replaced my cable bill.
Yeah.
No, you didn't, because you got 7 of them now.
Yeah.
But a little pro tip on subscriptions is look at your credit cards. They often have offers.
Yeah. Same with mobile contracts.
Mobile contracts, man. I have in my calendar once a month to go into all my credit cards and look at who's got offers where.
Yep.
And subscriptions for streaming. I mean, I have one card that I don't use frequently. Like it's got a negative balance right now because it has a lot of subscription offers. And I think that card balance is like negative $37 right now.
Great tip.
Because of the subscription savings.
Yeah. I love it.
Lynda, did you get a chance to answer that question, or was your show the same?
No, we actually Ransom Canyon was great. We just both finished it, and I really liked it. I don't know. I mean, I'm a Chicago PD girl when it's on regular TV.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Question number 2. We're kind of coming into vacation season, summer here. Each of you do have a dream vacation, somewhere where you've always wanted to go. And if you had all the time and money in the world and you could pick anywhere, where would you go?
Go ahead, Teresa.
My dream has always been Greece. I've always wanted to go there. And I got married last year and we went to Greece in October. So my dream came true. Yeah.
That's awesome.
In many ways. But yes, got to go to Greece and absolutely loved it. And we're going to Nashville in July, just for a couple of days. My son has an internship down there and I've always wanted to go there. So I don't really have this big, How about you, Lynda?
I feel really guilty answering this because, we live in Lancaster, but we have a place up in Clinton County and we have a house down at Marco Island, Florida. So I don't deserve to go anywhere else. I feel so guilty because I love them all. I'm as much a beach girl as I am a mountain girl. And we did get married in Anguilla. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
Never been. Heard of it.
At Cap Juluca, Anguilla. And oh my gosh, it was just everything you could possibly dream. So I'm a happy girl.
Very
I
good.
That's
don't,
awesome.
I don't need
Good
I don't need
answer.
to get on an airplane for a far ride anymore.
There you go.
Very good. Oh, I need my paper for the
Yeah,
last question.
we usually do 3 quick.
Yeah, we do. That's the rust. So
Oh, wow.
your favorite local Lancaster spot.
Oh, yeah.
So this could be a hidden gem, a restaurant, a coffee shop. Maybe there's a favorite restaurant special you love. You could plug. Something our listeners and watchers can pick up and use.
I'm a coffee girl. I love little quaint coffee shops that are locally owned. I would say my two are Wired Coffee. I think there's one in Ephrata and in Lancaster. Actually met somebody there through work. We met, had a conversation, and I fell in love with it. Single mom, and she started this coffee shop. So props to her. It looks like the coffee was amazing. The food looks even better. And Coffee Co. I love the story behind them. The family-owned business. They have several locations, and they're huge on giving back in the community. So that speaks to me when a business is doing that. I want to support them.
Great.
Sounds like somebody we should have on the show.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Well, I love, if I go downtown Lancaster, I want to have dinner reservations at Josephine. I love it there. I do. I like the ambiance. I just love the food and love good food. But living in the Millersville area, Crossgate, just sold again, and it's called The Bunker.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy and casual and good food. And I've always had great service there. So they're two spots.
Plus, it's on a golf course.
Exactly. Teresa will play.
Yeah.
I think when Ben hears Millersville restaurant, there's a mental hook
place
there
in my heart
for Sugar Bowl bowls.
for the Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl, great pizza.
Oh my! Well, I mean, I'm a bowly guy. Like
Part of the reason 357 pounds is because Ben introduced me to Sugar Bowl bowlings.
That's my fault.
I used to be 180.
Me. Oh, goodness.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I went broke my freshman year of college, I think, on Sugar Bowl Stromboli's and Young Ones CDs. Young Ones used music store. They're not. They were long gone. Wow.
Yeah.
Now it's vinyl.
Now it's vinyl.
And Ben has a problem with vinyl collection.
Minor vinyl problem.
I saw one showed up last week.
It did.
I saw that.
That's it. Everyone
saw that, Lindsay.
It's all right. It's all right.
Uh-oh. Busted.
Every time a vinyl shows up, a new plant shows up. It's all good. It's all good. All good.
All right, ladies, this has been wonderful. Thank you for all you do with Help the Fight and all your work there. Go to helpthefight.org. They've got bingos coming up for both handbags and handguns and lots of fun. Bake sales. Check out their calendar that's on there. They're doing wonderful, wonderful work. And Teresa, welcome aboard. I'm sure with your work, all of the connection and deposits back into the community for Help the Fight are going to go tenfold. So thank you for everything you're about to do and have done. Thank you.
Thank you to both
Thank
of
you
you.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you having us today.
And
You're
for what
welcome.
you do.
It's
amazing.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on as a 4-timer and a 2-timer.
Great.
Maybe in the future.
All right.
Yeah.
Dream on.
First your wife.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Have a good afternoon.
Bye. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yep. Well, it's good to be back in the saddle.
It's great to have you back here.
It is. It is.
Didn't mean to touch you.
Touching my leg here. Ben's getting a little fresh and fuzzy. Anyway, so this is my time for the sleep better tip. And so,
yeah, that's right. You had an interesting sleep experience this past weekend.
I wonder if Chris is going to grace the watchers with that. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe not. It's really not worth it. Yeah, I had an Airbnb at my business event, which was really truly a crash pad, but it was turned into a pain pad because the mattress was just awful. And so at any rate, there's worse things in life, right? I had shelter. I had a place to sleep. So I was grateful, even though it took a moment for me to be grateful. But my sleep better tip is this. So we wrote the book Sleep Better. Obviously, it goes without saying that great sleep improves your life. But this is my challenge. It's my challenge to those watching. It's going to be our challenge to our customers. Um, great sleep is fixed with a pill, right? Melatonin, a sleep aid. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. I think when I last looked at the numbers, the valuation of total sales of sleep aids and pills and potions and whatnot was something like 5-6 times what the total sleep industry is.
Wow.
And so that means you, as somebody who's worried about sleep, thinking about sleep, I say you as a broad basis, isn't really all that into what we're doing here, selling mattresses. But you are into longevity. And that's how we're going to start talking about sleep. We're going to help your life. We're going to make your life longer. And so a good friend of mine is very into longevity. And really, we're talking about metabolic life and metabolic rate and your metabolic clock. And you can turn back time through focusing on your metabolic clock. And sleep is a big, big, big part of that. And so that's how we're just going to be talking from here on out. So yes, the book is Sleep Better. Yes, we sell mattresses that improve your life. But really, we're going to improve your longevity. And that's what sleep does. That's what a great mattress does. It's that foundation by which everything you might do, even if it is a pill or a potion, is going to be made better with a mattress.
Yep.
And so we want to help you turn back the clock of time, metabolically speaking, which means you're going to live longer. You're going to be healthier. You're going to feel better. You're going to be happier in the morning. You're not going to just snap at your wife or your kids when you depart for the day. But everything going forward here, when we talk about sleeping better, is going to be through that lens of metabolic life and healthier life. Because when you're healthier, you might stave off cancer, right? When you're healthier, you're not carrying as much weight. When you're healthier, you're happier and your mood's better and you're more productive and you might get a better promotion at work. And so that's really what we're doing here. It's not about the white rectangles behind me. It's about you. It's about turning back that clock and helping you live longer. So that's my Sleep Better tip, is that shift in thinking about what's upcoming for a mattress. And if we can help you with that, please reach out. You can get this book at gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. And we'll send that to you for free. And that's our commitment to our community, because we do want you to sleep better and turn back that metabolic clock to extend your longevity.
Yeah, I love that. So often we only think about the immediate moment and the immediate need, but it is about long-term sleep benefit, or the benefit of better sleep long-term. I love that.
Yep.
So testimonial time. Again, Gardner's Mattress and More produces this show. So we've got some amazing customers that say awesome things. We're going to highlight one of them right here. Steve recently left us a review on Google. Sometimes we share our handwritten testimonials that come back in the mail. Sometimes they're on Google, Facebook. Steve made a purchase recently. He said he had a pleasant experience here with Gardner's. And Drew, shout out to Drew Blyle, one of our sales manager here. He's been with us 10 years, does a fantastic job with our customers. Steve said Drew was very knowledgeable and helpful, showed us what he had and allowed us to try out several mattresses so we could make a good decision on which one suited us. That's what we do. We learn about sleep needs. We make recommendations based on those sleep needs. Yep. And no pressure at all, which Steve appreciates, and he'd highly recommend Gardner's Mattress and More. So, short and sweet.
Yeah. That no pressure comment, I feel I have to comment on the no pressure comment.
Because Google loves it.
Well, they love it so much they get it wrong. This is my George Costanza, I got a lot of problems with you people moment. So please, if you look up Gardner's on Google Business and you look at the aggregated phrases that the technology of Google, which you think Google, you think tech, we are not a pressure environment, which it says that.
It says pressure.
It says pressure, and it really bothers me because it shouldn't, because every reference to pressure in our reviews, and I can say this because I look at every one of them, and I'm the one that personally responds to all of them. Every reference to pressure says no pressure. We truly are that no pressure environment. So Google, I got a lot of problems with you people. You're going to hear it. Because with AI today, it should be so easy to fix that.
It's a phrase, no pressure, not pressure.
Yeah, you're leaving off the most important word.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I think most customers probably read through that, but it's like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Why can't they know?
So if you have a contact at Google that can help me fix that, please let me know.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Good to be back.
Good show. Yeah, great having you back. Thank you to our guests, Lynda Charles and Teresa Richardson of Help the Fight. Amazing people doing amazing work here in the Lancaster community.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a milestone coming up in a couple weeks.
We do. So we've got a next fun couple of weeks. So next week, if you have a school organization, youth organization, local organization that's looking for a grant, we've got a major announcement next week for that.
Yep.
So please do tune in. And then the week after that,
20. I'm not even going to try. 200. I don't know what I'm doing.
You would think for my big reappearance, you would do better.
Right?
200 episodes. So happy to be back for that. And we're going to have a lot of fun on that show too. So we're committed to this show. You're going to see a lot more with it here coming up. But thanks for being a watcher. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects.